Welcome to Old School Chemistry. Today we're going to do the ALEKS topic, balancing chemical equations with interfering coefficients. Just a heads up on this. This is a challenging topic. Balancing equations, honestly, is usually not very hard. ALEKS chose difficult reactions. This will take you time. Just give yourself grace. Some of the problems that you get, you'll go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's okay. That's okay. Now, I do want to give you a hack. Often with balancing reactions, you're going to get so good at it that you'll be able to balance by inspection. That means you just look at it and you can say, oh, a number goes here, and you go back and forth, and boom, you have it balanced. These more difficult ones, you may want to take the time to write this out and go step by step. Here's what I show my students. When you get a hard balancing equation, you're going to write out every element underneath the yield sign. So we have silicon, hydrogen, and oxygen. I put those under the yield sign. And then I write down the numbers that I have for each reactant and product side. So I count. We've got 4 silicon on the product, only 1 on the reactant. I have 10 hydrogen on the product, and on the reactant, and only 2 on the product. Oxygen, we've got 2 on the reactant, and I've got 1, 2, 3 on the product side. Okay, then you start balancing. Little no, always do hydrogen and oxygen last for balancing. Okay, so I have 4 silicon. I'm going to put a 4 here. Now, when I put that 4 here, don't take the time to erase. You just cross these off. That means I now have 4 silicon, which also changed my oxygen. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Now let's take care of our hydrogen. I have 10 hydrogen, only 2 over here. Let's put a 5. Remember, when we balance reactions, you can only change, the only thing you can change are the coefficients, and the coefficients multiply. Okay, those are the 2 pillars of balancing equations, that you can only change the coefficients, and the coefficient and coefficients multiply. Okay, 5 times 2 is going to give us 10. All right, we're looking pretty good. Now we need to, notice I also changed our oxygen. 4 times 2 is 8, 5 times 1 is 5, 8 plus 5 is 13. Oh, look at what we ended with. I have an even number 2 and an odd number 13. If when you get to the very last element you have an even and an odd number, here's your trick. You're going to start over, go back to the beginning of the reaction and put a 2. In essence, we're going to double everything, and you'll see how this will work out. I put a 2, so let's start over. I put a 2 here. That means I have 8 silicon. So I'm going to come here, and I have to change that coefficient to an 8. Now I have 8 silicon. When I did that, it changed my oxygen. I'm going to go ahead and erase this 5, because we won't use that 5 anymore since I changed that to a 2. Let's see how many oxygen we have. 2 times 8 is 16, plus 1 is 17. Let's take care of our hydrogen. 2 times 10 is 20. Over here, I'm going to have to put a 10. That's going to give me 20. Okay, so the silicon, 8 and 8. Hydrogen, 20 and 20. Let's look at the oxygen. When I change this 10, I now have 8 times 2 is 16. 10 times 1 is 10. 16 plus 10 is 26. I only have 2 over here. What do I have to put? A 13. Wow. Okay, there we go. Now, typing this in, let me show you. If you ever have a compound that the coefficient's 1, you don't put anything in front of it, it's understood to be a 1, you don't have to put a 1 here. You just leave it blank, it's understood to be a coefficient of 1. Let's type this in. So we had 2 of this silicon, of the Si4H10, and then we have 13 oxygen. We had 8 of the silicon dioxide and 10 of the hydrogen. You can see that I just typed those in. Let's go ahead and click check. Woohoo, it's correct. Plan on 20 to 30 minutes finishing 3 of these balancing reactions with the interfering. You'll have to go back and forth with the interfering. Okay, I'm so proud of you. You're doing great work. Feel good about yourself. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.